ridden by Luke Harvey. 3, Fuego Boy, Ben de Haan. 4, Hypnotic, Kevin Mooney. 5, Just a Half, Carl Llewellyn. And 6, Midnight Train, ridden by Mark Pittman. Here's how they bet at the moment.
And Feroda's at the top of the show at the moment, 7-4. That's the favourite. One More Night, 2-1. Hypnotic, 5-1. Midnight Train, 11-2. Fuego Boy, 20-1. And Just a Half, 50-1.
Here, he always has his toe in the iron, whatever he's doing, but he hasn't got any fences to jump on the flat far enough to be really in the reckoning today, I don't think.
20-1 shot and Ben de Haan in the plate. Ben, who's not getting the rides these days, he used, but he's a very able pilot indeed. Hypnotic in a terrible sweat there. Number 4, Fook Warwin's horse, came back to form with a vengeance last time out. Only 2 finished at Newbury, but they're under orders. Let's go with Peter.
And Hypnotic just dwelt a little bit there at the start, but it's quite a long run to the first of the 12 fences. It's Just a Half. The leader from One More Night. Hypnotic has made his ground over on the far side, behind Just a Half. In fact, going second now as Just a Half jumps the first from Hypnotic. Fuego Boy and upsides them One More Night nearest to us. Hypnotic jumps right up towards the lead there as they race on this mild-made course towards the third. Hypnotic from Just a Half. Run down to the fence, it'll be the last of the next circuit. Hypnotic from Just a Half and One More Night in Fuego Bay. Midnight Train and Feroda as they run down to the only national fence here, the water. Just a Half and Hypnotic together. They land together, all safely over it. From in third place, One More Night. Then Midnight Train on the inside, Fuego Bay and Feroda, the back marker of the sextet. So Just a Half on the inside of Hypnotic. And One More Night is on the inside of Midnight Train with Fuego Boy on the outside. And Feroda in sixth, but going well just in behind. Into the sixth. Hypnotic and Just a Half. Hypnotic doesn't jump it brilliantly. Midnight Train jumps it well, and One More Night particularly well on the inside too. Just a Half towards the right of the picture as they come to the seventh now. Just a Half from Hypnotic. Midnight Train also jumping well as One More Night. Feroda and the sheepskin noseband. Hypnotic has dropped back there, right back, and has been pulled up, in fact. Hypnotic is being pulled up as they come to the second ditch, and Midnight Train made a mistake there but got away with it. Just a Half going on the inside from One More Night. Feroda getting closer all the time. Fuego Boy on the outside. Then Midnight Train. So 4 left to jump, and Just a Half, the leader from One More Night. Feroda going well in behind them. Fuego Boy well in touch, and then Midnight Train. Racing to the fourth from home. One More Night makes a slight mistake there, but gets away from it fast. Fuego Bay nearest to us. On the far side is Just a Half. The final ditch here, and One More Night lands in the lead there. One More Night and Luke Harvey as they race down towards the second last. Feroda still coming there strongly towards the left of the picture. Feroda on the near side, One More Night on the far side, and Fuego Boy between the two, and Fuego Boy taking a fractional advantage, but here comes Feroda. The Irish didn't win a race at Cheltenham, but it looks at the moment as though they're going to win a race at Liverpool's. Feroda jumps it just a neck in front of Fuego Bay. They're running Fuego Boy. They're running into the closing stages. And it's Tom Taff on Feroda going away now from Fuego Boy. Fuego Boy is fighting back well. They've got 50 yards to run. Feroda holding Fuego Boy as they come to the line. Fuego Boy. Feroda wins it from Fuego Boy. Feroda the winner. Fuego Boy second. And third was One More Night. And 4 was Midnight Train. Fifth was Just a Half.
First number 1.
So
Second number 3.
By number 1, Vodkatini, ridden by Richard Rowe. 2 is Banalma, ridden by Brendan Sheridan, who rides Perez Valley in the big one. 3, First Noel, Conor O'Dwyer. 4 is McClure, Mark Dwyer. 5, Long Engagement, Richard Dunwoody, who rides West Tip in the big one. 6 is Mr. Key, Simon Sherwood, who rides the Thinker in the big one. 7 is Feroda, ridden by Tom Taff, who rides Sergeant Sprite, the only grey in the big one. 8, Prize Asset, Simon Earl, and 9, Outlaw, ridden by David Take, who rides Russell in the Grand National. And here's how they bet on this Captain Morgan Aintree chase.
And Vodkatini is the most favoured, 11-4. The First Noel, 6-1, so is Mickler and Long Engagement. But Alma, opened at 7s, is now 8-1. Mr. Key and Feroda the same price, 8-1. Prize Asset, 20-1. Outlaw, 25-1.
We'll join Peter.
Yeah, he's just turned at the moment. Being led in. This looks like it. Should be okay. No, he's planted. Vodkatini's planted himself. He stayed there. He's not going to take any part. The race is being run without Vodkatini. 8 of them left, and they're being led by First Noel and Prize Asset as they race towards the first of the 12 fences. Prize Asset and First Noel. They jump it almost in unison with Bon Alma jumping it last, running down now towards the second. This is the first of the ditches. First Noel and Prize Asset, they land from Long Engagement. They're all safely over it with yesterday's winner now. Bon Alma dropped back to last. And Prize Asset and Simon Earl just leading First Noel and Conor O'Dwyer, a little between them, and then Long Engagement. Then comes McClure going the shortest way on the inside. Behind him is Outlaw. Behind Outlaw is Mr. Key. First Noel just landed in the lead there from Prize Asset. There's been very little between them all the way there as they run down to the only obstacle that features in the Grand National, the water. First Noel from Prize Asset with McClure travelling well over on the far side. Long Engagement is next. Then behind them comes Outlaw. Behind Outlaw is Mr. Key. Behind Mr. Key is Bon Alma and Feroda. Running down the far side, McClure going the shortest way. Mark Dwyer on the inside saves quite a bit of ground there, but over on the far side it's First Noel and Prize Asset who are just shading him. Then comes Long Engagement. Behind Long Engagement is Outlaw. Gap then to Mr. Key. Then Feroda and Bon Alma as they race towards the next. Prize Asset. And First Noel on the outside, McClure on the inner, then Long Engagement. Then comes Outlaw, Mr. Key making a little bit of progress. Then Feroda and Bon Alma. A little between the 3 leaders there. Prize Asset on the near side, McClure, and on the far side, First Noel. This is another ditch. McClure on the right of the picture. Prize Asset on the far side. Vodkatini just getting a cheer as he passes the stands. That's Outlaw, who's moved into 3rd place now as they race towards the 4th from home in this Captain Morgan chase. McClure with the sheepskin noseband on the inside. The sheepskin noseband on the outside is Prize Asset as they come to it. Prize Asset and McClure. Little between them. Then comes Outlaw in 3rd. First knoll has been pulled up. Feroda's made quite a bit of progress. Coming down to the next, Prize Asset and McClure. Then comes Outlaw. Then still making good ground is Feroda, yesterday's winner, just in behind the lead. Prize Asset at the second last. From McClure on the far side, it's Prize Asset, McClure. Then comes Outlaw, and then Feroda as they come down to the final fence now. Prize Asset just going to land in the lead. Prize Asset from McClure on the far side. Outlaw on the near side. Feroda finishing very strongly towards the near side. It's Prize Asset from Feroda. Feroda trying to win for the second successive day. Prize Asset from Feroda. There's nothing between them. Feroda just beginning to get up. Feroda gets up and wins it on the line. Feroda's won. Second is Prize Asset. McClure is third, and fourth is Outlaw. So a fantastic achievement by Feroda, who won here at Aintree yesterday, who puts his jockey